Hello and welcome back to Vets Play D&D with us, the Vets, who are currently playing D&D. I'm your DM, Brandon, and tonight we do have the full crew with us, which won't be the case for the next 3 weeks, so enjoy it while you got it. Up in that top left corner, we have Jordan playing the Paladin Fate. Next to Jordan is Sam playing the Barbarian Tashi. Next we have Jesse playing the Ranger Rupus. Next to Jesse is Liv, who's rocking the Warlock Petra. Hunter's coming in strong, playing the Droney, the every time. Why do I do that every time? The Druid Stony. Next to Hunter, we have Adam, who's playing the Rogue Danson, followed last but most definitely not least by Emmy playing the Bard Railer. All right, before we do get started, we do like to remind you that viewer discretion is advised with this stream. This campaign includes settings and concepts about war, inequity, and conflict that some viewers might find uncomfortable. Additionally, it's being played by U.S. military veterans, and the content definitely reflects that. Finally, the views and opinions expressed by the individuals in this recording are solely the views and opinions of the individuals expressing them and are not necessarily the views or opinions shared by or reflective of those held by the University of Washington Department of Veterans Affairs or veterans as a whole. Now that we've got that out of the way, when last we met, our intrepid team continued to try to determine if they were going to carry out the mission given to them by 3C on behalf of Breshna Gordakar, or if they were going to run off into the wild and become merchants. Maybe something in between. They infiltrated Parliament, were able to ascertain the location of a few of the senators that they may or may not want to talk to, ran into some belligerent senators, stole some secret documents, and then blackmailed the owner of the secret documents to come and retrieve them with the hopes of kidnapping them. However, Ronald Rump, who they stole the documents from, did not show. Instead, his aide, Cred 2's, arrived and was quickly charmed by the illustrious Petra and questioned pretty vigorously. In order to lubricate the questioning, Fate offered his own blood in an act of faux seppuku, but was healed by some of the other players in an attempt to make Cred 2's a little bit more uncomfortable. After swearing to go on a date with Cred 2's, which she
I
apparently
did
does not,
not swear.
they finally let him go. And we find ourselves with our players figuring out what they're going to do next. Now, I believe you guys said you want a minute to talk out of character, right?
Yeah.
Go
Please,
for it.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, like, one of the last things that we learned from the aid was that there's a secret tunnel in the warehouse district that can lead into Parliament. So,
that
like,
we already knew about.
Secret
Yeah.
tunnel!
wait, who already knew
Secret
about it?
tunnel!
We all already
Everyone,
knew
3C
about it.
told us.
Oh, okay. I must have. Maybe that was the session that I was gone.
It
Because I
might
don't
have
remember
been,
talking
but
to 3C.
we also all kind of were like, fuck you, we're not doing anything that you say. So
3C's our contact from
You do what you told
like
me.
Fuck you, you can't
Empire?
you don't do what you tell me.
he is sort of. He's extremely suspect and like creepy in like a vaguely horny way, and seems to somehow know Railer, and Railer's excitement.
Hold on. There was no horny vibe. He was Railer had the horny vibe, and Railer kept saying things that were being placed onto 3C. He was very, that's inappropriate. Like he even
It
said
felt like
that
3C
something
was really
inappropriate.
playing into it.
Anyway,
They
carry on.
met.
Carry on.
They met at government orgy parties. We don't really know. It's
There were no
complicated.
orgy parties. They were official functions. Diplomatic. Diplomatic
Anyone
events.
can call an orgy
Sans
official.
orgy.
Called aggressive negotiations.
Really had a great
We're
time.
thrusting for solutions over here.
Yeah, so we were
We're having a real
reminded.
caucus.
We're reminded of the tunnel that we
I
all
offer
go ahead.
thrusting for solutions as a title.
That's a really
Oh,
good
nice.
title. Thrusting for solutions. Okay, so we were reminded of the tunnel by when we learned that Ronald Rump very romantically snuck his wife into Parliament, even though they're supposed to be fully secluded, which is making Petra feel all kinds of like weird things about romance. And that's kind of all that we really got out of Cred. We got some other stuff out of him, but that's really the big thing. I think the more
Honestly,
important
kinda
thing
was
is what we
surprised it
learned
was
from
his
Stoney's
wife.
infiltration.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry,
I said I was honestly kind of surprised it was his wife, but go ahead.
what were you expecting?
Yeah, I was gonna-
His daughter. In the-
Ah.
Prove me wrong. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Prove you
Anyways,
wrong.
I think the more important thing that we learned last session is actually from Stoney's infiltration, which is that Parliament seems overwhelmingly in favor of escalating the war with the Saffron Empire. And to make matters worse, they seem to be laboring under the delusion that we are the aggressors. And that's just not what happened. The Saffron Empire has done a lot of awful things, including imperialism, the big one, but we didn't start this war.
Right. So let's just like review the events of the war. Like we know that there was like we started by like fighting an insurgency within Saffron,
Yes.
and then we found out that that insurgency was tied to communications with Tasik, and then
yes.
right, and then
Yes.
in terms of like the detonations within Saffron. Do we know that like was it the New Dawn party that was like or
Rising
was it called New Dawn? Rising Dawn?
Yeah.
Was it those guys who were the ones who committed the act of like the attacks on like the city name? Oh my
The
god.
ship Skyfont
Skyfont.
And the ship, the passenger cruiser that was leaving Becky Port, which is Petra's hometown.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was the Rising Dawn, with 2 of the 4 star shards that they stole from the original shipment, which was our first mission together, was to go recover the shards.
Right. And just to make sure, was Rising Dawn
Hold on.
in communication with Tasik, or was it just the Saffron Freedom Movement?
Tratzcall Freedom Movement,
Tratzcall
but,
Freedom.
I think both were.
I would like to make a really quick correction. There were 4 star shards that were taken. 1 was used to destroy the ship. 2 were destroyed at New Dawn, or Daunton, could be either one. But a whole star shard was not used during the bombing in
Skyfont.
Skyfont. Thank you.
That
He
makes
had
sense.
a
It would
portion of
probably
a
end
shard,
up-
so there is still almost an entire shard in the wild.
Okay.
Just putting that out
Okay.
there.
That's important. Yeah. So that's our in the first like 2 days, we're starting to realize that what we have been led to believe was what we were just going to be like combating insurgents like and rebellion within the empire. Now we're finding out that they might have a stronger connection than we previously thought to external governments, which is deeply concerning.
Right.
But
So-
then
So we connected the freedom movement, the Trazakal freedom movement, and the Rising Dawn to Tasik. And specifically, I think we just realized that like those guys were in communication with Ronald Rump as like a subversive like move. Is that what we like got from that like letter that we got from them?
I don't think so. All we have from him is we have an incriminating ledger that that is supposedly, according to Cred 2's, a ledger from the that was stolen from the Saffron Empire that proves that the Saffron Empire has somehow been paying mercenaries along the border to do God knows what. I don't know.
Oh, so supposedly this notebook came from Saffron.
Yes. And
How did
Cred did not seem to be lying.
Okay, Cred 2's. Oh damn. Okay. Wow. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh god. So this means that like Tasik may not have. Wait, so then is Tasik and some part of the Saffron Empire, do they have a hand in this mercenary like activity? Because like the only mercenary activity I think we know about is the I mean, I don't know if you can call them mercenaries, the freedom movement and the Rising Dawn.
No.
There was
so.
also the mercenary camp that you guys took out. the mercenaries that were dressed as Tasakian troops when you guys were chasing after
Gauss.
Aurora Gauss.
Yeah.
Are you
Those
talking
are the
about
only,
like
and
on
that,
the border, like in the mountains?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's the
wait,
only
I thought we
mercenaries
knew
that we
that was like a camp like for the freedom movement that was like meeting with Tasik.
It wasn't. It was, we believed that it was Tasakians meeting with Rising Dawn leadership.
Uh-huh.
But it may have been neither of those things. It may have been, I mean, or Aurora Gauss. I think that Aurora Gauss is pretty clearly, like, was RIP, pretty clearly passionate and like really committed to the Rising Dawn. Like, I don't think he was lying to anyone about that. So I think he
He was
probably
Rising
did.
Dawn leadership.
Yeah. So I think that
Okay.
Aurora Gauss probably did think that he was meeting with Tasakian military forces to ally the Rising Dawn with them. But this ledger suggests that they might not have been Tasakian at all, that it might have been a mercenary group paid by the Saffral Empire, which would make perfect sense. That's not really an inappropriate thing for the Saffral Empire to do. They're trying to subdue the Rising Dawn, which is a terrorist threat. So it makes perfect sense that they would hire people to impersonate, like to get more information from them by pretending to be an ally from a foreign nation.
Oh, interesting. But then
So
we
that-
didn't know anything about that operation though, and that was like our mission was to take out the Rising Dawn. So like why would Gordakar have hired like mercenaries to interact with the Rising Dawn outside of like telling us?
Well, we don't know that Gordakar did it. There are other actors within the Saffral Empire's government.
Yeah, but Gordakar
But
seems
also
to be the HMFIC, if you know what I mean. Like,
I know,
What's that
he's
mean?
playing the fucking long game.
Head mother effer in charge.
Yeah.
Or hot mother
he's
effer in
playing-
charge, you pick.
He's playing
He's hot
The-
motherfucker in charge now.
so then here's the other big thing. Then it was right after that is when, so we reported back to Skyfont, and then we were asked to go fucking destroy Daunton. I was gone for that session, so I don't really know how we got the intel that was where the Shard and probably Gauss were. But I'll find out in my rewatch. And so we went there and we did that, and it was all horrible. And we didn't really get any new intel, just trauma from that experience. And then when we got back to Skyfont, we were under attack from all fronts. And Jaina and the Emperor were already dead. Jaina and the Emperor died right at the tail end of our mountain mission, where we encountered apparently mercenaries, but we thought they were Tasakians. Jaina and the Emperor died. So we left Skyfont in the aftermath of to go recover the Shard in Daunton and destroy the village, right in the aftermath of the Emperor and his daughter's death. And we didn't know at all what to expect when we came back from that. We didn't know how, like, what the fuck was going to happen. We didn't know anything. We kind of still don't.
Okay.
And we got back from Daunton, and we had just lost Fate, Legat, and Emil. We're all like, what the fuck? And by the time that we arrive, we find out that the entire empire is under attack from both the border of Tripoctor and Tasok, and there have been were there other attacks from within, Brandon?
Sorry, I was looking at a text from my wife. What's up?
So when we returned from our destruction at Daunton, and by that time, Gordakar had taken control of, like, he's acting ruler now. And we're notified, like, the whole city's on lockdown.
They were telling us
like,
that we were under attack by like Tasik and Tripoctor. Like, was there another group involved in that attack?
Internal threat.
The remnants of the Rising Dawn are still being hunted down. Anybody who wasn't, but this should be far and few between. There are whispers of internal threats, and those are being chased down by Shield Group South, and then, or Shield Team South, pardon me. And then there is verified intelligence of attacks along the northern border on from both Tripoctor and Tasik.
So within the span of a day, the emperor and his daughter are killed, supposedly by Tassakians, within their own palace in the highly secure militarized city of Skyfont. We're gone for a matter of hours, and we come back, and Gortakar has assumed the throne, locked down the entire city, and we're being attacked from both fronts.
Well, the lockdown happened before he was, because as soon as the murder was discovered, then the town was locked down. He was not put in charge. The rest of the council put his name forward to the Senate, and the Senate voted and ratified him right before he came out onto to give that speech. So I have to step away real fast. You guys keep talking.
Yeah. So the first thing that we see when we return to Skyfont from Daunton Destruction is this crazy ass speech.
Yeah, I do remember all of this. I'm just like trying to figure out like specifically, like, do we like, have we been able to tie any of like these specific attacks to like understand? Because like it seemed like that journal was like a pretty big like revelation in terms of like understanding that like, you know, it wasn't Tassac that was like in control of those mercenaries that were dressed like Tassacian soldiers on the border. And so we needed to kind of like figure out like who that was. So like, do we trust Tassac? You know, it seems like, because like Pansy was the one who was like saying like the prime minister, right? Like I thought they were like, she was the one who was like saying like they don't want conflict. Like,
yeah, she is, and everyone is shouting her down, like the entire parliament.
The entire parliament?
They like booed her out of the room.
Oh damn. Okay.
And like there were some people, there was like infighting. There were people who were on Pansy's side, but they booed her out of the room, basically.
Right. I just need to know like a little bit more about like how big the split is. Like, is it like 10-90 or is it like 50-50 or like 40-60 or something like that? Because like,
Stoney you know, can like probably tell us when Brandon gets back.
Yeah.
But
none of the rest of you guys remember like what that was. Do you?
What do you mean?
Like
what, like the split
I have
was?
literally retained a quarter of the shit that you two have. So you keep going.
I don't think he specified like what the ratio of dissenters to Warhawks was.
Okay. Well, at this point right now, like it doesn't seem like there's like a clear culprit in all of this, and that like if we're trying to maintain the stability of the empire, then like we probably need to like start knocking some heads.
Do you want Hunter's theory?
Yes.
Yeah, we want Hunter's
theory. I forget all the names. Whoever's in charge of our empire right now, I think he hired a mercenary group to start a fake war on the border with mercenaries and to invade this country that we're in right now.
We didn't
that's what
invade
Hunter
this
thinks.
As far as we're aware, we're the only Saffron operatives.
But what Hunter thinks is that what's the guy's name that's in charge of Gortakar is hiring a mercenary group to attack Saffron, and so they can have reason to invade.
But the mercenaries didn't attack Saffron.
I know they haven't yet. Like the ones that about the note.
Actually,
on the
that's a good point, Hunter. Like, what was the part of Skyfont that was hit by the part of the Star Shard?
It was a recruiting station, and it also damaged an orphanage that was next door. It killed 40 people.
Actually, so there was no bombing in Skyfont. The actual bombing was in one of the other capitals, Archiprast on Adagassi. So it wasn't Skyfont that got hit.
The earlier bombing.
Yeah, so the first two bombings were a ship, a passenger ship, and then on the notes that I gave you a while ago, it was Archiprast on the island of Adagassi.
So like the two targets that ended up getting hit are like two targets that don't disable the government or really affect the government or its military powers at all. But it just happens to be two targets that are like very like, I don't know, like emotionally inflaming, like a passenger ship and an orphanage. Like,
but that wasn't
like why would a terrorist group like attack like two like
orphanage didn't get attacked. It was a recruiting station that was next to an orphanage. The orphanage was damaged. The recruiting station was destroyed.
Okay.
So he walked into the recruiter station and went Allahu Akbar and
okay.
Ordered a cheese pizza.
Sorry. Jesus Christ.
So
But yeah, it seems like the two attacks like really didn't hit like very like solid targets. So that actually seems kind of like suspicious. You know, it's like that seems like very emotionally charging in terms of the events, but I don't know if
So I think that it already was painfully obvious, but it's becoming increasingly clear now we have like some hard evidence to suggest that Gortikar might not actually have the best interests of the Empire at heart and might kind of just be after power, even if he was like lovers or maybe just brothers with Nymanton. You can really care about someone and still want to kill them and steal their throne.
yeah.
And so I'm not disputing that he.
What was the reason for like Tassak wanting to attack Saffron? Like, because the Emperor just died and we're weak right now. But like, had we like committed any aggressions against Tassak? Other than like,
no, that's what I'm saying is that Petra was very opposed to killing all of Parliament before. Now she's kind of having second thoughts because it seems like the majority of the Tassakian Parliament is in favor of continuing or of escalating a war with the Saffron Empire that they claim that we started and we didn't.
Right.
There had been political pressure, but as far as I'm aware, based on the lore that Brandon has given us, no actual like acts of war committed by Tripoctor and Tassak. That had been happening during the entirety of Nymanton's time ruling because they perceived him as weak. And they were trying to take advantage of that.
In that case, like what we're looking at is like in the worst case scenario, it's like, or in the, I don't even know what is the worst case scenario, but we're looking at like in one situation, a potential coup from within Saffron that's like manipulating like the power structure in order to like, I guess we would basically implicate Gortikar in all of this. And then like, it would be a play to attack these other nations and invade them. On the other side of things, if Gortikar is innocent, then it's like we're looking at like some kind of like rogue element that's like trying to get like war started between these like nations, which could just be a third party that we haven't even met yet potentially.
Yeah, we also have. Go ahead.
And we would be needing to like diffuse the situation between the nations, but if Tassak decides to attack Saffron, like would we be justified? I think we would be justified in defending Saffron at that point, but I don't know that like us attacking their parliament is right because like they're allowed to like.
I think we should find this mercenary group personally.
We killed them. We killed them all. They are dead. They were led by like a teenage boy.
So
it's not
a
Wait, that's the same. That's the same one.
Yeah, they're dead.
Are we sure?
So, yes.
Conspicuously out of leads.
Yes.
On this mercenary group.
Didn't we take 2 of them and interrogate them to death?
Oh, you know what? You know what? We need to find out where this journal came from, or this ledger came from.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to, to see about, I was trying to validate it, but Cred didn't know fuck all. Yeah, it is kind of curious that we have conveniently eliminated the mercenary group that could have potentially divulged who hired them. They were adamant that they were Tassakian when we interrogated the boy. And I know we did not capture the 2 people that we interrogated.
No, the 2 that we did in the field.
We only interrogated one mercenary in the field, and it was the teen boy wielder kid. And he just claimed he was Tassakian, and he was like a nobody. That's all he would tell us. And he seemed to be telling the truth. And then the 2 people that we interrogated earlier, they were just TFM captives who had been, or they had been radicalized into joining some fringe movement that's like part of the rise. It's a splinter group off the Rising Dawn that's more violent. I don't have the.
Wait, another splinter group?
Yeah.
Like a splinter of a splinter? Damn.
A second.
Okay.
The Rising Dawn is not a splinter group. The Rising Dawn is a very powerful political party that has only recently been designated a terrorist threat, and it has like a long legacy within Saffron.
And to be completely honest, the Rising Dawn, the majority of the members were still legitimate, just wanted to make changes. It was the splinter, the subsect, the new the Eclipsed that were the violent radicals.
The Eclipsed, that's what it was.
Yes.
Okay.
And so those 2 kids that we or one of them was like an adult guy. They were TFM, which is why Fate was so eager to kill that one.
Yeah.
They were TFM before they got radicalized and joined the Eclipse. Okay.
Okay, so in terms of like things that we can do while we're in TASIC, it seems like the only thing that we can do is figure out where this ledger came from and then chase down that lead. Because as far as I can tell, TASIC, the parliament, is trying to defend themselves from what they perceive as a threat, which is entirely their prerogative. You know, if they see Saffron as a threat, okay, if they choose to go to war, they'll go to war with us, and then we'll fight back. But for us to preemptively attack them before they've like, you know, officially like made a decision is like, which I'm not saying that that's what you're suggesting, but like,
but that's not what happened. As far as we're aware, even if we're skeptical about it, they killed our emperor and his daughter, and they have already invaded.
Wait, TASIC?
Like they've already marched. Yes, this happened before we left Skyfawn. TASIC and Trapoctor are simultaneously
how did we
invading
confirm
us.
that TASIC was responsible for the death of the emperor?
Well, that's what Vortikar insists, but we did make him tell us that in his zone of truth.
He said it in his zone of truth. He said it clearly in the zone of truth. And then,
so we know that he believes that to be true.
Okay, but
that doesn't mean he wasn't involved. He could have still been involved in coordinating the Tastokians.
What exactly are we trying to determine?
We're trying to figure out how to prevent this war, which means that like TASIC wants to go to war with. Oh, you're not?
No.
Uh-oh.
We are at war. There's no preventing war. It's already happened.
We need to get on the same page here.
And we didn't start it. Petra doesn't want to blow up an entire building full of like a few hundred, lawfully elected officials, who most of them are probably just like normal, decent people. But now that we have Stoney's intel,
but still,
as decent as politicians can be.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have Stoney's intel,
okay,
exactly.
Yeah, and they're all awful to you.
You've told us all about them too.
No, we're on public.
I know, that's all I'm saying.
They seem wonderful.
They've been very accepting, loving, and supportive. Great people. Vote for people.
Vote for people.
Not dogs.
Or lizard people.
Nothing in the rulebook says a dog can't be president.
Vote for human people.
There's a town where there's a dog that's been a mayor for like 10 years, or was it a cat?
Well, but the dog would have to have
30-something, right?
And the dog would have to have citizenship.
I mean,
guys, we have an hour and a half to make time for Fate to kill someone.
Okay.
So can we just be selective with who we kill in Parliament? Okay.
Yeah. Here's okay. I have what I think is a quick and effective solution, which is that there's no reason not to proceed with the kidnapping plan, because if Adam thinks that we need to find out if this ledger is legitimately from Saffron, Rump is the only person who can tell us that. And we have to get him either have to put him in his zone of truth or give him truth serum or something.
Well, according to Cred 2's, the entire defense committee has seen this document. So it's not just him. He's just the one that was holding it.
So, well, yeah.
But he might be the only one who knows where it came from.
We don't really know that either, because we didn't think to ask Cred how. I mean, Cred's an 8, who wouldn't have known how the defense committee got their hands on it. It was just intercepted. That's all we know. But Rump or someone else on the defense committee might have more details. And we know that Rump is aware of the tunnel. There's a possibility, like hell, we could run into him, like going the other way in the tunnel for all we fucking know. Kissing his lovely wife goodbye. So we can proceed with. So we can proceed with kidnapping him and get that information, but it's looking more and more like we might have to just, God, I don't want to do this, follow through on our mission to commit mass murder yet again.
Okay, wait, hold on. I haven't outlined my plan at all. Because what I'm suggesting is that there has to be.
Wait, are you done with your suggestion?
No, but it's fine.
Because I want like one idea at a time.
My suggestion
let's hear the one
is
all the way through,
continue
and
the plan. Kidnap him.
That's what I heard. Okay.
That's but
that we continue the plan and eliminate their entire parliament, right?
Probably. That's what. Yes, probably.
Okay. Okay, so my alternative is that like we need to find out about this ledger. So there's a couple of key people that we could like, we don't necessarily have to kidnap, but some of them might need to be kidnapped, such as Ronald Rump or whatever. So that way we can like get some information out of them. And in fact, actually, now that I'm thinking about the whole wife angle, like what if he's like a boastful kind of like politician kind of guy, you know, who knows, then she knows something about where the ledger
Ronald
came from.
Rump? No way.
You know, it's just a crazy hunch of mine. Maybe it means nothing.
I mean, if we find the wife, she'll either be with or near him anyway. So it doesn't, you know, it doesn't make any sense to talk to her separately.
I mean, if she was secretly let in through that tunnel, then maybe she gets secretly let out by some like couriers or something like that. And we just knock those guys out, capture the wife, and then do a quick questioning / interrogation. And then, you know, if
this seems like a very roundabout way to get the information that we want, and very risky. That
Okay.
Side note, Hunter,
okay.
can you answer your DMs, please?
Okay, so
Yeah.
Thanks.
in terms of like getting information, Pansy
Nolosi.
Pansy Nolosi.
If we could, I imagine we could maybe talk to Pansy and like figure out like what their angle is on all this, as somebody who like doesn't want to go to war, that like, you know, whether or not like they know anything and is willing to like offer us any information, so that way
I think she'll feel good. Sorry.
Look,
She's also the prime minister, so that helps.
Yeah, she's gonna feel differently about war though when she finds out that a Sephralian special forces.
You don't know anything about what she feels. It's better that we talk to her and eliminate that as a possibility rather than just assume that she doesn't know anything.
Okay,
that's my position. That's why I want to suggest this. That's why I'm putting this forward.
Okay.
And then the other option would be to go through Ronald Rump and then figure that out. That's the only things that I imagine we could do in TASIC, other than your plan, which would be to wipe out the entire parliament, and then we don't know anything, and then TASIC is in chaos.
That's not what I said. What I said is we proceed with the kidnapping plan and then figure out if we're going to have to proceed with the mission that we were assigned, which is to kill all of Parliament. Regardless, if and when we infiltrate Parliament, put yourself in Pansy Nolosi's shoes as the Prime Minister. When she finds out that an enemy special forces team has infiltrated the Parliament building, how might that change her opinions about going to war with that enemy nation? She's like, she wants a
It strongly depends on how capable we are of convincing her that we mean no harm and that we're trying to solve this problem. TASIC might have their own equivalent, you know, little special teams that run around and, you know, have clandestine meetings with like other countries' leaders. Like, we don't necessarily need to threaten her or kidnap her or anything like that. Although I know certain people in this group are more prone to the, you know, pulling the knife out pretty quickly.
How are we going to get to her?
Through the tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
So we're going to break into their highly secure government building. I'm not saying we can't do that. Like that's part of the plan, regardless of how we proceed. We are going to be a threat to her immediately. I feel like.
What do other people have to say? 'Cause we've heard a lot of good things from these two. What are other people thinking? Because I feel like we're at an impasse
talking about
here.
party separation. Is there something?
I am thinking about literally abandoning everything and becoming a merchant here in this lovely little. And I'm not even joking. Like, I'm this close to just like walking away and being like, all right, where's that fucker selling the things that Rupus made? Going and, you know, taking care of him, and then resuming with the plan of selling Rupus's.
Adam just turned on and off. Just side note.
What?
Adam just turned on and off.
My connection cut out.
Oh.
Sorry. What did you say?
I said that I would love to just abandon everything and become a merchant here in this lovely little village.
Oh, okay.
Hunter, look at your.
I'm
DMs
actually not
again.
even kidding, though. Like, I'm legitimately suggesting that as an option.
Yeah.
I've never had a party choose peace, so that'd be very interesting. But will peace choose you?
Right. I mean, eventually
right.
the war might catch up with us, and we may have to do some things to like stave it off, but it's a farming sim now.
Hunter, did you read your DM?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Cool. Just thinking about it. Cool.
I think another, as far as, the possibility of retiring to a peaceful existence as a merchant in, where are we now? I need the Three Kingdoms map. That's not the right map at all. There's too many goddamn
Artisan
maps.
Alley.
We're in Terengaport. Terengaport is separated by a tiny little, no, sorry. Okay. There's a little bit more between that and Trafalgar, but not much. Like, war will reach us quickly. And also
this
it's
the
their
same
basic
thing as,
political
like,
operations.
Going to Canada to avoid Vietnam.
A little bit, yeah.
But we have to learn French first.
So just to make sure I'm tracking what's going on, we have a vote for kidnapping with the possibility of mass murder. We have a vote for kidnapping with every effort to avoid mass murder. We have a vote for becoming merchants. What is Railer thinking?
Oh, Railer's thinking he would love to become a merchant. Railer's voting merchants.
2 votes for merchant. What is Stony thinking?
Stoney started stacking rocks a long time ago, but he can't become a merchant because he has to stay on duty, technically.
Oh, I have another
So
suggestion. We break Stony free of his curse, and then we become merchants.
I don't have
Put all our
that part of the
effort
story
towards
written.
Sorry. I have to write it with Hunter.
All right, so that's another option. What is Rupus thinking? Oh, we didn't finish what Stony was thinking.
I don't know. The Stony isn't allowed to think. He's a soldier.
All right. What about Rupus?
Cheating, Hunter.
Would we be kidnapping Ronald Rump?
Well, I think there's 2 trains
Or-
of thought. One of them was Nancy Pelosi. One of them, pardon me, Pansy Pelosi. One of them was Ronald Rump.
Jesus.
Okay, because I'm.
You've got your new night dress on?
I
Oh my goodness! Do you want to tell everyone what your new night dress has? What's on it? What else?
Oh.
What's that?
What is she saying? Yeah. Unicorn?
Yep. Unicorns and what else? You gotta talk here on the mic. You can talk right here. Tell them what's on it.
The rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah.
Unicorns.
Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Rainbows and unicorns. Is that right? Rainbows. Okay.
What's that?
Thank you for the
What's
translation.
that?
That's my microphone. All right, but we're in the middle of something, so you can say, "I love you, bye."
Love you, bye.
You log in and bye.
Give me hugs.
Bye.
Do you want to smooch or no?
Hair is getting so long. It's
I
crazy.
For
know.
real, I was just thinking that. She doesn't look like
Watch
the
out,
baby.
Adam.
love
We've
you,
got
bye.
competition for
Anna.
most
Yeah, but
lustrous
Adam's
hair
got
on
the better
screen.
Yeah.
Good night, kiddo. I love
I
you.
lost that competition a long
I
time
would
ago.
hope you would have a better beard than a 3-year-old girl.
All right.
Okay.
So Rupus.
Yeah, I'm curious if kidnapping Pansy Pelosi would give us a better chance because she's like somewhat not like on our side, but like not trigger happy like Ronald Rump. And like, yes, it would look bad. Like, how did we get into the parliament? That we're kind of infiltrating, but there might be a bigger chance that she would hear us out if we're like, especially if she doesn't want to start a war and she's kind of like the odd man out.
They
Maybe
already
we
did
could be
start a
like-
war. I could
or-
really want to hammer that in. We are at
Sorry.
war.
Not wanting to like instigate further. Maybe we
Mm.
could be like her last chance. Show her that we're on the same team. And there might be more room to work with than Ronald Rump. He's going to be probably like, I don't know, just not wanting to hear us out. Very
Well, the purpose
probably
of-
argumentative.
The purpose of kidnapping Ronald Rump is not to negotiate with him. It is to identify the source of the ledger and find out if the ledger is legitimate or not. If it's proof that Gordikar or someone else in the Saffron Empire's government could have initiated a proxy war, could be running this entire thing.
Yeah, for the record, where
So
the
Pansy
Venn
might know
diagram of like live and
Uh-huh.
I overlap, it's where we kidnap Ronald Rump for the sake of identifying that ledger.
I mean, we could
So-
also like
I see that as an
threaten
option.
his wife and force him to advocate for what we want him to advocate for.
I would also like to let you know that Boogra Mies suggest taking.
That's not it.
I know. It's really hard to actually say it like that.
Jesus.
Suggest everyone takes a beat year
Boogra
and
Mies.
hops trains and joins the Merchant Marines. Boogram.
I guess there
Mies.
could be a chance that Pansy might know about the ledger as well, or do we really think that only Ronald Rump knows about it?
Wait, sorry, say that one more time.
Oh, just that there might be like a chance that Pansy also knows information about the ledger, or are we thinking
Most
that
likely.
mostly it would just be Ronald Rump?
I think only if she was on the defense committee.
What about Bosif Jiden?
Depending on the choice you
Bleepy.
guys make,
It's
you might have the
Bleepy
opportunity
Bosif
to
Biden.
encounter Bosif Jiden.
You mean Bosif Jandon?
Bleepy Bosif Jiden.
I have a plan for a Bosif Jiden and a Hamilcaris.
Oh, God. So I guess if there's 2 votes for kidnapping Ronald Rump, then I might just go along with that then.
Okay.
I'm on the side of just like kidnapping one person from Parliament, whatever which like person we agree on. I'm leaning more towards Pansy, but I'm a team player, so if we want to do Ronald Rump just to like
For
try
the
to figure out some
purposes
more
of-
information.
Okay, for information.
Oh yeah, so I guess
Okay.
Ledger, find out more information.
Now, what's Fate want
Plead
to
our
do?
case.
The one with
Give
murder.
everyone one guess what they want
By the
to
way,
do.
chat suggests Bark Dryden, as in Dark Biden.
There we go. But Fate, what
Wait, can I-
plan do you endorse?
The one that
Can I-
has murder.
Adam, what do you
Fuck
got?
yeah, Petra and Fate fist bump.
We all
gonna
know.
say-
We all know what Fate votes. Come on.
Petra Fate, Petra Fate 647 or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah, Fate wants to go into every like office and like flip a coin for like yes or no, but then he's gonna have
I
double-headed
wanted to-
coin.
I wanted to be like the Purge almost, but inside the House of Parliament and done from a different country, so it's
Yeah.
not a.
Wouldn't have Fate just gone
people.
rogue and blown up Parliament by now?
Oh
Oh,
man.
oh God. I just imagine. I
Don't you
imagine
hate
that
all of them?
scene. I imagine that scene from the what's the movie with the British men that are the
V for
spy?
Vendetta.
No, the British men.
No, I know
who are
the
spies.
Kingsman.
fucking Colin
Kingsman?
Firth is in it. God,
Kingsman.
yes.
Kingsman. The scene
Oh,
where
yes.
Colin Firth goes ape shit in the church.
Oh yeah.
That's right now.
Yeah.
Just implement while we're talking.
How many members of parliament are there, Brandon?
There are 106.
Okay. And while you
107
were
with
out
the
of
Prime Minister, sorry.
while you were out of the room, we were wondering, Stoney would have seen during his reconnaissance. So Pansy basically got booed out of the room for being anti-war. And
She
so, but
left
what
while there was
proportion-
there was vigorous discussion, and she left
Yeah.
because she
very vigorous.
yes.
So what proportion of people were cheering for war and what proportion were seemed to be anti-war according to Stoney's fly vision?
Best guess we've been about 60-40.
60-40 for war.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Great.
Okay.
And so bearing in mind that we are not the only group we're not the only Saffralians currently acting against Tassoc, that like regardless of the choice that we make, there are going to be other moves made by Saffral that could easily tip that 60-40 over into 70-30.
And there is already another shield team in the area, you know that, so
Oh, do we? Shit. Fuck. Are they going after the other convergence point?
Shield Team West is somewhere in the area. They were the ones that acquired all the powder and left them in the warehouse for you guys. And they are on another mission in the area. So there is that and going on as well. And you brought up the convergence, which was something you guys were tasked with. But that's gone by the wayside. So
Wait, hold up. What are you talking about? How are we being tasked with the convergence and with blowing up Parliament? What are you talking about?
We had two goals since we got to that fucking island that I would not shut the fuck up about, okay?
And then 3C
Two
reiterated them.
goals.
3C said that
you-
first you guys were supposed to go convert the point that was in the catacombs and then wipe out Parliament. But you guys got understandably quite fixated on the mass murder portion of the instructions.
Yeah, and also to be clear, Rayler never told us anything about the convergence point. I remember distinctly that we spent a whole boat episode where we forced him into his zone of truth because he wouldn't stop trying to coerce us into mass murder, and wouldn't give us any other details. And we were like, maybe he's just exaggerating. And then Emmy kind of implied that maybe he was exaggerating so that we would think it was like not that big a deal. But actually, they do want us to do mass murder.
I feel like there was a whole second side of that conversation that was missed, and that's all right. That's cool.
When
Brandon,
did you
I
tell us
have my
about the
way forward.
convergence?
Just to clarify, Brandon, I made a decision.
What? I'm sorry, I
Just
missed
to
that.
clarify, I made a decision.
Regarding?
So we're good. Regarding my way forward.
Oh, okay. I'm both intrigued and nervous now. All right. So, as a group, or as portions of a group, what are we doing?
We're staying and becoming merchants.
Asher wants to go to the tunnel, infiltrate the tunnel. She doesn't really give a fuck about retrieving the explosives or doing the convergence.
Is there a fortune teller in town?
That's what we're going with.
Like I've said
So,
before, I
Tashi is
intentionally
beginning-
crafted some really morally questionable situations to try to put you guys in. So
Yeah, well, you've really done it this time, Brandon.
Tashi is starting to get bigger,
Okay. Oh yeah.
visibly bigger.
I think Fate's running his
And not
blade
in a
upon
fun
his
way.
belly again.
Is that a sausage? Or are you just happy to see me?
Jesus. Well, Tashi's a girl, so
Oh,
It is a sausage.
I don't
Well,
know.
She's
I don't know
also a
Cobalt.
Well,
I
how
don't know
about this?
Cobalt,
We're about halfway through our
physiology.
session.
We
Let's
do
all
eggs.
take 5-10.
Lay
Let's take
eggs.
5 minutes to walk away and come back and see what we're gonna do. All right. So stick around. See you in 5 minutes right here on Vets Play D&D. Welcome back to Vets Play D&D with us, the vets who are playing D&D. Now that we've all been watered and leaked, we can go ahead and get this show on the road. I stepped away, so I have no idea what was discussed while I was gone. So where are we?
I got first dibs. Everybody who has a telepathic ring on just hears a cacophony of screaming. That's it.
Oh my god, are you legit doing the call for the church?
Can I hear it?
Awesome.
What did they hear, Jordan?
Oh, nothing yet. Right now, it just sounds like distant screaming that, like, sometimes shoots right into your ear and then pitters out, and then you can hear it. Think psyops.
Thanks.
Are there echoes of
Really
a sick
quickly.
guitar solo?
I didn't mean to have everyone but me muted.
Jesus,
not the me show.
Brandon.
So,
Damn.
Jordan, from the
Jordan,
top.
start over again. Forget you said any of that.
Okay, well, as soon as we started, everyone just hears a cacophony of screaming, like a
Through their
cacophony
magic bracelets.
whirlwind. Yes, and telepathically, they just hear intense screaming going in and out of their ears, surrounding them, then fading, coming back, and that's just continuing right now. There's no.
They're like
discernible-
Leonard Skinner playing in the background as you do
Yeah,
this.
is there a sick guitar solo just
Like
like
sick.
faintly?
No fortunate son stuff yet, but just a lot of screaming that goes in and out, quiet and
Petra-
loud. It
Fantastic.
switches.
Petra frantically whirls around the alley that we're all like still huddled in, looking for who in our party is the source of this agonized wailing that we're hearing in our heads.
You just see Danzin with his bracelet just like off. He's just like holding it in his hand. Like,
Stony has a dumb smile on his face.
oh no.
Is Fate still with us in the alley?
Yes, you're all still there.
Okay.
Fate has the best poker face in the world. He looks like he's looking around trying to figure out who it is too.
Oh, no.
Okay, she's gonna reluctantly yank her bracelet off.
I'm gonna go fully raged into Rossi right now.
Oh. Well, the
And
best
now
way
I want to
planned.
fucking murder.
As Tashi rages, the screams just start to kind of get a little bit more vocal and understandable, and you hear something along the lines of "Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the floor." And that's just what everybody hears, and it just keeps going on repeat on just the intro.
Rossi is literally like headbanging.
All right, I believe Railer had something.
Railer takes off his wristband and since he's right beside Stony, just kind of asks over the cacophony, like, I'm done with this. Will you go back to the temple with me?
Oh yeah.
Bro, that is such a dirty fucking move.
And starts to walk back to the temple with Stony, just being like,
Oh.
we'll be back. I need a minute.
Oh my god.
Oh.
No.
All right, Railer has abducted Stony. What are the rest?
Oh.
Trailer doesn't even know about his curse.
She's been asking everyone to go to the
Right.
temple though. It was
He's
just-
let it. He's let it
Hey.
slip a couple times too.
But
like,
it's also extremely in character.
yeah.
Like
I
that
know.
really would have
That's
just.
what I'm saying.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I know. That's why I can't be mad at it at all.
I was like, I don't want this one, but we'll take this one. I don't know when we'll get another
Alright.
opportunity.
I have a suggestion. Rufus,
Okay.
Tashi, Fate, Petra, since we're the last ones left, how about we go through this tunnel, and if the first person that we encounter on our
Yeah.
target list, whether it's Pansy or it's Ronald, Ronald, or whatever the third one was, the
Cred
wife.
twos.
Wife.
It was
The
cred.
wife.
Fred
Cred.
is gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fred's
we're-
main
we're
character
Get
good with
is
Fred.
Sadie will never come.
He has to be outside.
We-
I would like
sure
to say
Paris-
really briefly, Alaska Care does not know Stony is cursed. Stony,
Ow.
Oh.
in 30 words or less, tell us about your curse.
I had to do anything that someone asked me to do.
That was a lot less than 30 words. All right, there we go.
Which is the reason for
Nice.
not not a small amount of our mass murdering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
One
Okay,
major
so-
amount.
For the
Usually
record, I
pretty
did
drunk.
not curse him. He wrote his character this way.
I
He
know.
did this
Yeah.
to himself.
Yeah.
I'm telling our viewers. He did this to himself.
Okay, so what's the suggestion as we run down this tunnel? The first one we
We-
see.
Yeah,
Tetris
we
for
go
it.
through this tunnel. We
What do you
start
mean go
looking,
for it?
like we pull off the kidnap. We pull off the.
Oh,
eggs
you want to
plan.
kidnap now?
I think so we can
The
interrogate.
He's
Depending on
always
when we
wanted to
get-
kidnap.
Yeah, no,
Depending
I'm
on-
far beyond kidnapping right now. You're gonna want me either in the back or in if you actually want to murder, leave me in the
Oh,
front.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm beyond kidnapping at this point.
All right. So how about
If we
this?
hadn't talked about it for so long, I'd probably be fine with kidnappings, but at this point I just want to fucking murder.
I
Okay,
believe
new
this is
plan.
Sam's way of saying fuck around and find out.
Okay, new plan. Danzin, Petra, and Rupus go in. We try to find the first person. If we
Oh, you're
can't
not
get
going without
anybody,
me. You can't stop me.
no. You
No,
are
you
in this
can't
plan.
stop.
You're in the warehouse with the powder, and if we can't find anybody, you just start bringing powder in. Okay.
Oh, I'm just gonna start anyway. I've got a lot of energy. Like I can't just stand here.
All right. So it's a race against time. Petra,
Yeah, ready to go.
Danzin, and Rupus trying to find somebody to kidnap and get orange juice out of.
Chief
Uh-huh.
tested wants orange juice.
Mm-hmm. So they want Pansy Nalosi.
Oh man.
All right.
If we get her
Okay,
out and murder
so-
everyone else?
Well,
How about
we
the
decide
idea
it
is
when we
we're
get
trying-
there?
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's just
Yeah,
Petra's
let's just
gonna
decide
start
it when we
walking
get there.
towards
Go
the
through the tunnel.
warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay, we can start heading
You
towards the
finally-
warehouse.
You finally see Fate just pull his sword out of his stomach and goes, "Thank
Oh,
fucking
no.
God!"
No, I already did that.
Well,
I did-
I put it back in.
Okay.
Talking. You just hear him pull it out and say, "Oh, thank God!" and the screaming stops,
Nice.
and he
Oh.
follows behind Petra.
She's walking and she's speed walking. She's like swinging her arms like the grandmas that speed walk in the mall.
Love it. Love it.
Towards the
Very stylish and smooth.
Yes. Yeah. And she's
Danzin is a
still in,
full-on sprint, as in like just barely keeping up with Petra.
she's still in her sex worker getup, by the way. She hasn't had a chance to change. And she's just marching towards the warehouse district. She's like, when we get there, we'll squeeze some oranges or eat some eggs or just fucking
Well, and I'm
whatever.
taking very tiny steps so that you two can keep up. But I'm going with, and I'm ready to
Chopping.
fucking murder.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
I have to
Question,
So-
do we have 25 or 20 words on those rings?
25.
25.
Sending.
Thanks.
We're putting just to remind everybody of the code words. We're dicking the orange juice right now.
Yes.
Something like
Yes.
along those lines.
We're
And, do you want to tell the viewers that weren't here last week what that means?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
you know, we were making war plans while having brunch. It was just a lot.
So their
You know,
code.
it's-
Brunch is a great
We
title.
needed code words.
You know,
Uh,
typical
Wait, no.
military
sorry.
stuff.
Yeah.
Battle plans and brunch has a fun alliteration to it and is a good title.
I like
So-
Battle
so-
Plans, bro.
I don't-
Orange juice is kidnapping and dick is penetrating parliament. So we're about to dick and orange juice.
It's gonna be a sticky situation.
Yep. We're about to have dick and orange juice.
And just wait till we get the quiche out.
Right.
Right. So the
You
majority
may
of the
not
party.
even need to cook the quiche. I'll just crack all the eggs for you at this point. Anyway, go ahead.
The majority of the party is very. What's the word I'm looking for? Blatantly making their way toward the warehouse district
Fuck it.
with
Just
zero
fuck it.
Fs to be given, while Railer and Stony are making their way over to the temple. All right.
As soon as
Question.
we get out of earshot, I start just like asking Stony questions.
Like.
Cool. Oh, just muted.
You and my waters.
Most of the answers
You
revolve around
Baileys
cattle.
from a shoe?
Want to go to a bar where people wee on each other?
I realize that I am turning into what's his face? I'm so sad.
Old Greg.
I am old Greg. Think about it.
Mm,
Anyway.
Do you love me?
Yeah. Kind of are.
Whoa.
Did you learn to love me?
These are things I said and not jest. So while we're traveling over to the temple, which is our destination for now, Rayler's racking his mind trying to think of any connections that he might have outside of 3C, but he decides to go out on a limb and try to explain this to Hunter.
Stony.
Stony, sorry.
All good.
I'm getting lost. Rayler is just really endearing and really not excited in like a pedantic kind of way, just Benji is too cute. He's asking, he says, you know, whenever we brought back your two friends, I thought that we would be going on a chaotic mission, and instead it's been nothing but murder and chaos. And
Well, it's just been the one murders.
the big one was the town that
But if you think about it, if you just put it like in perspective, it all happened at once. So
it was one big murder.
it's just like one.
Okay.
That's how I think about it, at least.
Well, I think they're going to straight up murder the rest of the people in Parliament. They seemed way too comfortable with it on the boat. But now that we're this isn't evil. I just don't know what to say.
It's not that I don't think it's evil. I just think it's false. And also you just said, I thought we were gonna go on a fun, chaotic mission, and it's been nothing but murder and chaos. Where's the line?
Joy. Joy is the line.
It's a thin line.
There's been no joy here. I've walked a lot. There has been no fuckery. I am feeling
There's
sad.
Nothing but fuckery.
Nothing but fuckery?
Butt
Haha,
fuckery.
good title.
So you seemed really upset that we were getting everybody brought back. Whenever we were revived, you're talking a lot about curses, and I would like to explore the boons that are provided by opening up the convergence. Would you like to open the convergence with me? I want to get your consent.
Yeah.
Because it don't seem okay.
You asked me though, so
Well, no, we were just going to the temple at first. Since we're on the
okay.
way
I
to the
guess
temple,
I'll
I
open the
just-
convergence with you.
Okay, cool. Whatever you were worried about there being some sort of payment for whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's gonna come back and bite us, but you know.
I will take the payment gladly. Whatever curse you have, whatever upset you have seems to affect you very deeply. You cry often, and I would just like to
I do.
relieve that from you. I think it's unfair.
Do I
but
cry in my
it's-
sleep?
It's loud.
Oh my god.
And so whatever the thing is, I want to help you with that. And Rayler doesn't know that that's like Sony's reason for being. And as soon as it's gone, Sony would probably like break down and have a mental episode. Rayler has no idea about that. So Rayler's just like trying to help. So good. Then I have to share with you, I have a ring of sending. I'm about to call Gordy and ask for information to figure out where the catacombs are that we should have already done. So do you have anything that you'd like me to send out in the ring of sending other than like, hey?
Maybe ask him if he can let me go the army.
Ooh,
But that's really it.
I think that would be I think maybe we should put that on the next ring.
Okay, that's
Okay.
yeah, I can wait till next time. No big deal.
Okay.
Is this like the equivalent of stony consent?
Rayler's big on
Asking him
consent.
nicely? Okay.
No, just bear in mind, you can contact anybody who you have knowledge of. So,
We're fucking saved. Okay, great. Okay, so the message was supposed to read need immediate 3C connection. Instead it reads 3C, we are en route. West is actively engaged. Convergence by morning.
that's 12.
Need meet at temple. Bishaba thanks you. Do
got one
need
word.
Additional information.
No, wait.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Sorry, you have 6 words.
Convergence by morning
You said that.
if you meet. Oh, okay, then we're good. I had
You
to
said
change it around.
Bishaba.
Okay, then we're good. All right, there you go.
Cool. By the time that we get to the temple, I'm really hoping that the catacombs are under the temple, and if they're not, I'm gonna be a little salty.
They're not.
Oh, fuck you. All right, fine.
But
Stoney asks, who's Bashaba?
Oh, that's the god that I pray to. Would you like to follow
Oh.
Bashaba's way?
Oh.
Is that a request? That's a request. Yes.
Rayler is fucking elated. Rayler thinks we are just in love.
I was just thinking to myself as I was like doing my diary earlier, wow, like we really have not that many bad things aside from the one like mega murder
Big bad
have happened because of Stoney's curse. And now I'm realizing it's just because none of us are that polite or nice to Stoney. Well, Flip is pretty nice to him. None of us are that polite.
No one asked me anything.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Just continues and explains Bashaba in her beautiful glory and all about.
Stoney has a very strained look on his face.
Railer, you get a response. You hear a response in your head. Praise to Bashaba. Praise to Bashaba. Glad your team is cooperating. We'll meet at temple in 1 hour. Prepare for potential spiritual assaults. Question mark. You pooping.
Still got 2 left. Do it again.
Or peeing.
Perfect.
All right. So while they're at the temple talking about Bashaba, the rest of you arrive at. Oh, go ahead, Stoney.
No, the more Stoney's learning about Bashaba, the less he's liking everything in life.
So the way Rayler is just the way that Rayler explains it is that like everything is a very natural balance of things, and that balance is upended whenever people try to. Oh shit, we lost someone.
That's all right.
We lost Adam. So that balance is upset whenever people try to ascertain rules and guidance, like rulers and royalty is a really big thing. So whenever people start talking about like killing rulers in order to assert another one and like subterfuge, Rayler doesn't really like that. Rayler likes the idea of pure chaos. He thinks that it allows people, if you break a bone, you're gonna get like a really good meal. Like there's just things that the world will naturally provide for. Rayler confides in you that he is a godchild of Bashaba. He's actually an Aasimar. And
that's a list of things I didn't know existed.
And so he's really, really in love with the idea of making everybody like have access to everything. Not equality, more like equal bootstraps.
See, Stoney is a farmer. He likes seasonality and like things that happen on a regular basis, consistently, without chaos. So he really doesn't like this.
Rayler argues that the pollination of your plants in your fields is in fact its own set of chaos. And if things were more structured, it would be unlikely to happen.
Okay, bud.
We'll keep it.
I can't help but sit here and keep wondering if somehow, some way, whether or not Brandon knew it could turn out this way, all of the utter destruction and suffering that happens in Sudanal a few hundred years from now, go back and watch our previous campaign, plug for that, is just because of some series of chance events that led poor cursed Stoney to meet one horny Aasimar.
Well, I mean,
and if that somehow flung the entire realm into chaos.
It depends on some of the decisions that they're about to make, because there are some impactful things that could happen. Regardless, as you guys arrive at the warehouse district, you find it surprisingly devoid of of guards. You would think
Are they all
for
at the demonstration?
yes.
Fuck yeah. Convenient.
Off in the distance, you can hear the beating of drums in rhythm. You can hear the occasional shout or call, kind of like when doing drill, right? You see some gouts of flame and stuff, tricks from different wizards and stuff. And then you hear an explosion. It's not like everything around you is detonated, but over near the garrison, you see what looks like a gout of flame coming from a tube. Very much what we would know as a cannon today, but not a cannon of magic. A cannon powered by what you're assuming is this new substance, this powder that they have discovered. A cannon that could easily down airships or take out untold number of troops as they begin
speed walking faster.
you arrive to your warehouses. To find them all locked, you go to the one that you have the key to, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't remember what number you gave us, but
It's okay, your
whatever
character
number it
knows.
is.
And
Yeah, I know.
the key works, and as you go inside, you see just barrel upon barrel stacked one upon another all throughout this warehouse. This warehouse is about 100 feet deep, 40 feet wide.
Okay,
And
just
you
barrels.
see in the corner a haystack.
I don't want to slow us down because I'm like I'm itching to get on with this as much as anyone. She looks apologetically towards Petra and Rossi. But like, should we just see what's in these barrels?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I'm a bit curious.
I literally rip one off, like a top
Okay.
one
There you
off.
go. Okay.
Just knock it over so you can see all of it just fall out.
Black sand comes pouring out of it.
Gun pop.
Guys, I'm no scientist. Just a girl
I taste
with a
it.
journal.
It tastes bad.
It tastes like sulfur, saltpeter, a
Yeah.
little bit of sugar.
Tastes like what we had back in basic. You know, the stuff they put in our juice, in our green bean juice. You guys didn't have. All right. Anyway, it tastes bad. I don't think it's for drinking.
I don't know what that sound was. I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I do know that if we don't kill these 106 people, that a hell of a lot more than 106 Sephralians could be killed by whatever that thing was out there.
That's such an inspiring speech.
Yeah, Petra feels so fucking inspired. She just loves that. It feels so good to.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a long journaling session later.
Chief Tested, we love your funny comments. Apparently they made a kapowitzer.
Howitzer.
Kapowitzer. I love it. Thank you. I spent 4
Nice.
years as an artillery medic, so I appreciate that. My good ear laughs. All right, so what are we doing?
Murder, I
Or
think.
marches towards the hay bale.
All right, the hay bale.
She's very weak, so she needs help to lift the hay bale. But she
No, you don't.
realizes that the two. Okay.
It's all
well,
it's
she-
all one false
She was
thing,
gonna
right?
ask for it anyway.
I
guess
do,
that's a
however,
really-
like lift the barrel, and I'm like,
Okay.
together? I don't. What are we doing? I don't know how
How,
this works.
how big is the trap door underneath the hay bale?
It's actually fairly sizable. It is 5 foot square, so 5 by 5. And it has I'm sorry, it's 5 by 10 because it's long, rectangular, and it has a ramp under it to go down that you could easily roll a 4 foot tall barrel down.
Okay.
We won't
So-
need to roll it. I'll just carry it.
I'm with you, Petra. I think
all right,
Rufus is
so-
too.
Petra, Rufus, and Danzin.
Yep.
I just
Let's
start
see if we
walking
can get
down the
some-
ramp with the barrel. I'm like, let's go.
We have
we
to
gotta
be
get in front
faster
of
than
we gotta-
Tashi.
Okay, Petra's just
Uh-huh.
frantically trying to get in front of Tashi, because we gotta. She doesn't. Yeah, she's speed walking. She's speed walking more. She
Did
puts her
anybody
bracelet
hear
back
that
on.
sound?
What was that sound?
I heard it.
Uh-huh. Oh no.
Oh, is that the sound of the
Cannon goes off
happening?
again. Yeah.
Okay.
I heard it again.
So
All right.
so
Petra's
we have
sweating.
some
She's
people
physically sweating
walking.
now.
All right.
Yeah, we have
Walking through
the
the
four of
tunnel.
us like heading down that warehouse tunnel right now.
Petra's
Uh-huh.
trying to
Okay.
speed walk stealthily, as stealthily as anyone can speed walk. She's
Five
trying.
of you, right?
There's no guards. Let's just go. We have to
Just
beat
in case.
Tashi.
She's not slowing
Yeah.
down. I think we're in front of Tashi. Are we in
All
front
right,
of
Okay.
Tashi?
so we got
Actually, hold on. Danzon's gonna like, as like Petra and Rupus get ahead of him and Tashi's still behind us, he's gonna throw some ball bearings on the ground behind us to slow
Yeah.
down Tashi.
Danzon,
Oh,
Tashi.
What do you want me to
Fate,
roll, DM?
Petra. Hold on, I'm trying to.
See if
Roll
I
your goddamn ankles.
go like this.
I want you to roll your ankles. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're looking at Danzon, Petra, Rupus, Tashi, and Fate, correct? Are the ones going down that tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Do this, but
Uh-oh.
except for Emmy and where's Stony? Sorry, I have to split the party up. There we go. All right. Tashi has need a dex. Dex save.
Just straight dex.
Dex save.
Dex save.
You, as he throws the ball bearings down, the
Oh.
barrel that you're carrying blocks your vision, and the explosion kind of rattles the tunnel just enough that you step on a ball bearing and you do fall flat on your butt. They get maybe 10 feet ahead of you as you recover yourself.
Okay. I mean, that just makes me even more mad. But
Now,
I am a little bit protected because Daisy is still with us. So like I'm looking around for her for a second, and then I see she's okay.
as you guys continue down the tunnel, you eventually come to a ladder carved into the walls of the tunnel. The tunnel continues down, but up above you, you can see a trapdoor faintly outlined by some light.
Let me take this. I'm pretty quiet. Unless Rupus, do you wanna? Are you quiet too?
I believe so. I could also do Hunter or Pass Without a Trace if we both want to go.
If yes, that would probably help us actually. If we
Okay.
can do pass without a trace.
Yeah.
I'll crack open this like little hatch here and just real quietly to make sure there's nobody on the outside.
As you do, you peek up and you see an empty office.
Okay, coast is clear. Let's get up here, guys.
Okay, we gotta stay close to each other.
Does the office look like it's the same one that Stony was in when we did recon earlier?
You don't know, since Stoney's not with you.
I telepathically asked Stony that.
But he can't see
What?
the office you're in.
No. But I'm gonna ask him to. I know that, but I want to
Is
ask
it-
him to visually describe the office that he was in earlier.
You had a desk.
Is it
So-
tasteful?
While you're
No,
starting,
Brandon, is it tasteful?
while you're
Yeah.
starting to ask him that, I literally shove all three of you up through the. So we're all in there now.
And you guys find
All of
yourselves
us are in there.
in a very tasteful office, slightly ostentatious with some of the decor. You see several paintings of the same individual, a reddish tiefling, in various different, very happy happy poses with some very formal clothes. Reddish male tiefling, pardon me. You see a couple of knickknacks and baubles that look like they're way too expensive for this setting, but a weathered and kind of old, well-used writing desk in the center of the room. Bookshelves lie in the room with different texts and tomes, and you see a door. Oh, whoa, don't do that. Stop it. I apparently just moved the door.
See it because we're not in the.
See a door here.
Frantically, Petra's gonna start frantically rummaging through the desk to see if she can find anything there that indicates who it might belong to. She's also looking for a false bottom, like what Stony told us he found earlier.
And while you're looking through there, I'm gonna like gently reach in front of you while you're tastefully rummaging, and I'm gonna smash the desk open.
Frantically
So it
rummaging.
just-
It's the most
Sorry,
tasteless
frantically.
behavior you've ever seen Petra engage in.
And I just
besides when she was pretending to be a sex worker and leading Cred on.
naturally,
Danzin
and
is
I
gonna keep an
body
eye
chop
outside the door,
the desk
like just
open.
peek out, just make sure nobody's out there in the halls.
Oh my gosh, come on, computer.
I basically like cross-sectioned the desk.
Danzin, as you
Just
open
in
that
front of her.
room, as you open that door, it's not into a hallway, it's just into another room. As you're searching through, Petra, what you find are a few, come the heck on. So sorry, I don't know why the computer's being so dumb. You find some personal correspondence. On all of them are to and from Baikel Menet.
Bro. Okay.
Danzin, you're welcome to go ahead and open that door if you so choose. It just opens up into another office. This one seems to be more of a reception area where maybe a secretary or somebody would sit to control who's able to make it into this office.
Gotcha.
And
Should this be visible on the map right now?
should what be visible? I can't see what you see.
Yeah, everything's dark for me.
Yes, you
It's
should
in
be
the-
able to see.
Like far bottom right corner. I thought it was all.
Hold on,
I
he didn't have vision. There you go.
There it is.
It keeps turning off
Okay.
token vision for some reason.
Whoop. Whoop. Things are glitchy.
Right.
Things are a little bit glitchy.
It's a really big map.
okay.
That's how I do things.
Which door? Okay, 2 windows. Is it the door to the north? I'm guessing.
Yes, the one Tashi went
Okay.
through.
I see. Okay. Well then, Tashi, there's another desk right there. Needs some smashy, and Dan's gonna
smash
peek
it.
through the door to the left.
Hold
smash
on
it.
1 second. Do you smash it at all quietly?
No. Far beyond. Unless I'm still under Rufus's.
Rufus is frantically trying to
you're
run
really
actually,
lucky.
Tashi,
around you.
You're
weren't you
good.
carrying a barrel?
What?
Weren't you carrying a barrel of something
Yeah, but
earlier?
I set it down when I pushed you guys into the office.
Yeah, there's more barrels. You might want to go
Yeah.
get some more.
Please,
Oh.
we're gonna need so many
Unless-
barrels to kill all
unless-
these people.
Unless you change your mind, you actually want to like maybe help us like now that we're in here.
I'm angry. I'm not stupid.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So
all right.
just
let's
for
get,
reference,
Let's get a move on.
for reference, the tunnel was headed in this direction, and so if you continue on, it does look like it goes toward the center of the building.
Ah.
So,
Oh,
just so you can be oriented.
Wait. So the tunnel goes all the way underneath.
So the ladder was like on the side of
Yes,
the
side of the
tunnel.
wall,
Wasn't like
side
the
of the wall, and the
end.
tunnel
Okay.
continued down.
Okay,
So-
I thought it
We
was
could
at the
just-
end.
What
No?
time is it right now?
Right
Like,
now,
in
you
real
guys
life,
met with
9:04.
Cred 2s at, I think you said 7 bells. And so
7
I'm
bells.
assuming this is somewhere around 8 to 8-ish bells.
How late in the evening does
Okay.
Parliament stay in session? Is that something that
24 hours a day for this 7-day period. But
They have to sleep at some point.
and the
This is-
schedule is kept very secretive.
Okay. I
We
was
haven't
hoping
seen
that
any kind
our
of like
very
sleeping quarters
informative
since we've come
weeks-
through here, right? Like no sleeping like arrangements.
No, you came up through a secret trapdoor in somebody's office.
Okay. Okay, so if they do go to sleep, they're not going to be sleeping in this office.
Doesn't look
least.
like it.
Okay.
Petra
That's good.
is like frantically gesturing to Rufus and Danzin that we need to find Rump's office as soon as possible. She wants to just keep like opening doors, rummaging desks, and piling up as many fucking barrels as possible underneath there.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
let's,
so
uh,
you
let's go ahead
actually
and peek
really
out
do
this
need
door.
more barrels?
Oh yeah, as many barrels as could possibly fit in
Right.
like underneath what would be the center of the Parliament building, because the tunnel
we-
continues to there.
Know what that is.
I don't know.
All right,
I don't know how we know when we're underneath the middle.
I will run back up to the top of the tunnel and I will literally start just loading them in so they roll
Nice.
down
Cool.
towards
Alright.
them. I
We
do
just-
it like 10 and then I go back into like See if that's enough.
And you keep pushing them down the tunnel past the ladder. Eventually, you do reach a very wide open area. It's maybe 75 square feet with several pillars. Running through the bottom is a small sewer grate, and then splits off into several other passageways. But this large area seems to be, based on just looking at the building stuff, maybe close to the center.
Oh, do you guys know the Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law Sherlock Holmes movie?
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
ripping them off hardcore right now.
Yeah, we kind of
we?
are. Wait, I
I've
didn't
never-
even realize it.
I haven't seen it, so.
I know, I
Really?
believe you, but it's that, they blow up Parliament from a cavern underneath.
Well, what the frickin' heck? I
I
guess there is only, so many stories have all been told.
But Sherlock Holmes outsmarts them.
Let me open this door right here and see what's in the hallway.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
Oh.
Okay. And where's the? There it is.
Never a good idea.
Backs into the corner.
13?
You open the door as quietly as you can. It does make a little creak as you do, but these two guards are walking away from you, and their heavy armor and helmets make it so they're having difficulty hearing things as they continue to walk in this direction.
Fight! Where's Fight?
Okay.
We need you.
Danzon's glancing around the corner right now. Looks like it's pretty clear. All right, he's gonna. All right, everybody, follow me. There's a door up this way. I'm gonna come up here and see if it's unlocked.
And y'all follow close to me. 'Cause I
It has to be
pass
unlocked.
without trace.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah, pass without a
It is unlocked,
Passed.
and that one has a placard next to it that says Fian Deinstein.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep that door closed, and I'm gonna scamper up to this door up here.
That one has a sign that says "Do not disturb," and you can hear some snoring on the other side. And the placard says "Bosif Dryden."
Oh. Okay. I don't know if this is the way, guys. You guys might want to check down the other direction. I can telepathically let you know. We should split up, and cover more ground. If you can follow quietly behind those guards.
Okay, Petra is gonna request that she and Rufus stick together because her stealth was a lot worse than Danton's.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What's out?
Tashi, you should also stay with them because Danzon's pretty stealthy on his own, but
Tashi's
Rufus's
down
magic
below
can
rolling
help.
barrels.
Oh,
So
true.
we've We've
No, I've
mitigated
joined
that.
you again.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck.
Oh no.
How many barrels were down there, Brandon? How many barrels were in the
11.
warehouse? There were
Well,
only 11 barrels in the
yeah.
warehouse.
No.
What kind of
There's an
warehouse is
entire
this?
warehouse full of barrels. She brought 11 so far.
Oh,
They bring
we need
more?
more barrels.
How do I know how
Okay.
many barrels?
Go back.
All the barrels. Every
No,
single barrel.
I'm not doing it.
Before-
Fuck that. That's
before
gonna take a
Danzon,
whole day.
opens his door, he's gonna check down this hallway right here just to make sure there's nobody coming his way.
You don't see anybody, but you do hear voices, many voices from beyond this door.
Okay. Hey guys, I think I found the I think I found the Parliament active where they're convening. Rufus, what does this door right here say?
I can't. This
What
map
does the
is so
story here
glitchy.
say?
This door, yeah.
Oh.
It's
wait.
just
Why
behind
are-
you to the left.
Where was Rufus trying to? Where? I don't understand.
Well, I thought.
Where does Rufus want to go, and where does Danzon want to go?
I know. I thought I was just
Oh,
going
I-
with Petra, but now Danzon is calling for
Well,
me.
I thought that
Are you guys
Petra and
going
Rufus
south?
were splitting off. I didn't know I was supposed to be going south, but I guess I will now. I don't want to go south. That's where the fucking guards are.
Yeah, you follow. I can follow behind the guards if you want.
Okay, or there's this other hallway right up here. So you could keep going north if you want, and Rufus and I can go west.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
that's
gotta
where the
stay
guards
close,
went.
though.
No,
Where's
the guards
Tashi?
went west down the other hallway.
Hey, Tashi,
Where's
Go
Oh,
ahead.
no, that's no, don't go that way. Don't go that way.
go ahead.
That's where the Parliament is.
go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh no.
With
no.
advantage.
We found people.
Do I get a roll to hit?
Sure.
Yes, I'll let you both take an attack. Both of you with advantage.
Where they are, I can't see them.
Alright.
I'll be right back. I know this is gonna take a second.
Tashi, neither of those hit.
Oh, guys.
Is it like when we're in initiative that I get like all my extra stuff, like an extra attack?
So I'm giving you guys what used to be known as surprise round. So no, I'm letting you guys just take one attack with advantage,
Okay.
and then we'll enter initiative.
Okay.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna
But
do my
no,
bonus.
in the real world, you would normally get a second attack. So go for it. Do it.
Okay. Okay.
Take a whole turn. Also with advantage.
Oh, right. Sorry.
18 will hit.
Okay.
Show me some damage.
So I also get, because I'm a savage attacker now, I get 2 rolls on that. So that'll be 20 damage. And then I get an extra melee attack as well. Because of frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
So melee is going to be...
That'll hit. Show me the damage.
4. So total is 24 on this guy right here.
All right, Fate, you gonna roll?
Yeah, I'll take my Greatsword Master and take a -5 penalty while rolling with advantage.
Oh, shit.
With a
28
nat
to hit.
20 for a 28 to hit,
Yeah.
it'll hit. Let's see that damage. Looks like 16,
Well,
double
already
that
did
for... yeah, so we'll double that 16 for 32.
and add also 10 because of the Great Weapon Master.
Oh, man.
So 42
So
damage.
between the two of you, he's toast.
He's dead?
How does it look?
Okay, well, he's cleaved in fucking two, obviously.
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 But with that, I also get to take another attack again because that's part of the Great Weapon Master if I put somebody down to 0 HP.
It
All
comes
right,
back.
so-
He really fucking comes back. That's a pretty good first kill in like 5 sessions.
Right?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
even
that's
better
like
when
5
you score a
weeks.
critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce the creature to 0 HP with one. You can make one melee weapon attack as a bonus action. So
So move
can I
up and do your bonus action because it can go in any order.
All right, and I'm gonna take the same thing here.
Neither of those hit.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. Let me see. See if I have anything that can perhaps use.
And while he's doing
Yeah,
this, the
that's
rest of y'all can go ahead and just roll initiative. Everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Are we taking
Well-
psychic damage?
Well, no, but if
Oh.
somebody's in initiative, everybody's in initiative.
Stony, go into initiative.
All right.
Petra rocking that
Curse
22.
Yo, really? I didn't even see. I don't have I only have one monitor right now.
Ah. All right, so I have a 1 for Fate, loving that. Tashi's looking at a
Check
20.
Slack real quick.
Oh, hold on. I want to look at so many things. Got it. All right, Rupus is at 12. Stony was at 12. I need you to do a roll off, just a straight d20. Dan's is at a 14. Surge is not here, so we don't need Surge. And Rail is at 8. Hey Rupus, can you roll a d20 for me? All right, so Stony comes in. We're gonna call him a 13. All right, and then Knight 20. Is dead. All right, so this brings us to the top round with Petra. Petra, behind you, you hear the clatter of weapons on armor, followed by the squelch of someone being shorn in half with nary a sound from their lungs. With the grunt of someone moving forward and thrusting at another person, but you hear their weapon bounce off the armor, and a shout, "Hey!" What do you do?
Okay, so first of all, Petra's gonna let out like a little squeak of fear. She's gonna crouch down and she'll start chanting to herself. If Stony were here, he would know that she writes this she writes this all the time in her diary. It's an affirmation. She's just saying to herself, I am smart, I am strong, I am in control. I am smart, I am strong, I am in control. Because she's obviously losing her cool way more than she usually does. But the thought of killing 100 people, and now we're just she's never fought in a war before. She's a baby. But after she said that, she's smart, she's strong, she's in control, and she is going to cast Detect Thoughts, which, by the way, I used to think that cost me a spell slot. It doesn't. I can just only use it once per long rest. So
Got it.
she's casting Detect Thoughts.
What is it? A
I
cantrip?
don't know why I rolled it. No, it's part of one of my feats.
Oh, cool.
Lets me
Cool.
use it once a day.
Is that a tiefling feat?
Let me see here.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It just
How's to do with being telepathic?
nice. Cool.
So, but you need to focus on one creature you can see within 30 feet of you.
No, I'm using it to do the other thing that I've done before.
Just detect the presence of thinking creatures.
Yes.
Got it.
And I'm gonna also. Where is Rufus? Is he under Danson's token?
Nope, Rufus is here at the end of the hall, apparently. Couldn't decide
I
what
went
they
to see
wanted
where
to
the
do.
commotion was.
I couldn't decide, so I just went to the corner to watch both parties.
Well, I'm
Well.
like, yeah, down the hallway looking at
Love
Faye
it.
and Tashi.
Rufus.
But they are
Petra is
rangers, so
going-
it's fine.
Petra is going to use her bracelet to ask Rufus if he thinks that he could, in all his ranger might, maybe suss out where there could be people fucking in this building. Because we gotta find them. Because if that wife is there,
Can you use
I
my
think they're fucking.
sniffer?
Use your
Ew,
sniffer.
You guys
you're
are
gonna
putting
go
a-
smell sex. I smell
I mean,
sex
that's-
in here.
I'd just like
that's
to say,
what
you guys are
Petra's
putting a
actively
lot.
Listen.
You guys are putting a lot on hoping that the person who was brought here the night previously didn't leave after their conjugal encounter.
Oh, Jesus.
I
There's
think we're
still
trying to
lingering
find a way.
sex smell even after sex, and it's
Oh, no.
It's
It's
Rufus,
Ronald-
a very skilled ranger.
well, it's also
Yeah,
Ronald
find
Rump.
anything.
He's probably pretty stinky
And it's
Yeah,
wrong.
I think so too.
and sweaty. Gross.
Probably
Okay.
makeup all over the place.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Orange,
Any of this.
orange on the pillows.
Oh, no.
See, look, I did this for you. This is protection.
I'm not a fan of this.
As for those detectable thoughts,
Yeah, so I guess here's my question. Is me using my feet to cast Detect Thoughts, is that an action? Doesn't seem like an action, right? It's just a
At
thing happening.
first,
in
I
my
thought you were
head.
asking about using your feet.
No,
cast.
yeah.
it is
Like, it's
cast
so
the
down.
same way as if you had that as your spell that you were doing, and Detect Thoughts is an action. And that has to do with the amount of time it takes to actually make it happen.
Okay, great. I was asking that to see if I could use my action to like dash down this hall and like drag it with me until but I won't do that because I can't. Let's see here. I need to see.
You,
Okay, Petra's gonna move to right in front of that next door up in front of her, and read the sign. Is there a sign?
yes, so you've detected a total of 4 thoughts. 2 in the room that you just walked by,
Uh-huh.
and in this room, and 2 in here.
Okay.
And the
And
door
is
has a placard that says Cerny Banders.
Okay. All right. Petra
Dirty
relays
banders.
telepathically that We gotta keep.
Are there
but,
mittens?
You know, Rump is somewhere further into the building. We gotta find him. And then she ends her turn.
And you didn't
Okay.
already check the store that's like right by me, right?
I don't know. Did you read the sign?
This one here?
No, I didn't.
It's your door.
No, both this door and this door
Oh.
right up here.
Yeah, this
And
door.
right past them to double check the hallway first.
Got it. Running out of senators. Really not. There's so many. This one is for Han Jickenlopper. Or Jickenlooper,
Bro.
Pardon me. And then this one, it just says administrative office.
Okay.
Targery Grayler teen.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Whose
I'm sorry,
turn is it?
Petra's turn was done. I am doing a horrible job. It's been so long since we've been in initiative, I don't know what I'm doing. Danzin, it's your turn.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. I'm gonna run. Okay, let's see.
Oh,
Here.
I lied to you. It's
Let's see.
Tashi's turn. I blatantly lied to you. See? It's been so
Mine
long since
again.
we've been in initiative, I don't know what I'm doing.
Jesus, Brandon. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and maneuver my way into. Do I get disadvantage if I'm in the same spot as a?
No, you can enter and leave your ally's space.
But he gets a swipe at me, right?
So
Okay.
to get by him, though, would be a contest of strength. And I would call that your interaction. You can move into and out of your ally's space freely, but in enemy's space, it's a contest of strength.
Okay, I want to do a contest of strength with this guy.
All right. Go ahead and roll either acrobatics or athletics. Don't even bother. I rolled a 1. You're able to shove him. Not only do you shove him, but you knock him prone when you shove past him.
And I get advantage. I'm on the other side of him. With...
Yeah, well, yeah, you get advantage both because he's prone and because he's on the other side, but you don't get double advantage. So.
Sweet.
23 will most definitely hit. Do you want to try to roll advantage, see if you can get that nat 20?
Sure.
Well, good thing
Still
we got
good
that 23. That'll hit. Let's see that damage.
Right.
All right, for a big old 8.
I still get an extra attack
You
per
most
turn.
definitely do.
Is that still with advantage on both?
Yep. He is in a position that leaves him disadvantaged.
18 to hit.
Sorry. 18 will hit, yes. For another 8 for a total of...
I'm actually gonna re-roll my damage for Savage Attacker.
Get some.
Cool. 14 instead.
Nice.
Alright, so 14 on top of the 8 you had before for 22.
And I get a melee attack.
Let's see it. That'll hit.
Okay. And that'll be 4 more.
4 on top of that. Alright, he looks pretty hurt. You got him bloodied pretty good. You actually dented in part of the helmet armor. So it looks pretty unpleasant.
Good.
Alright. Anything else for us?
Nope. That's it.
Alright, that brings us now to Danzin.
Okay. All right. So Danzin's gonna run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to this door north of Petra, and he's gonna look at the name on the door.
Let's see what... That should still be okay. I'm trying to figure out where the divide between the different offices would be, and you're good. You're definitely alright. So,
It's parasailing. No? Okay. It's fine.
it is not. But that'd be funny. No, that's, that office is Shuck Schumer.
Stuck Schumer. Okay. I don't want to meta this. Danzin's gonna keep going down the same direction. It's just very unfortunate that I already understand. Okay. That's as far as he can run, but he gives a telepathic message down to Rupus to say that, like, hey, go help Tashi and back her up. Me and Petra have this hallway.
Okay. Stay
And
sneaky.
also, if
Stay sneaky.
yeah,
Title.
if necessary, key lime pie.
What does that mean?
No one knows because that wasn't a thing.
Yes, it
And
was.
it
Was
was,
it?
it was, yeah.
I can't
It
keep track.
absolutely was.
Hey, I'm just curious. Do you think that Dancing could reliably read a sign from 20 feet away?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Dan's give me an insight or give me an investigation.
He's
Come
very
on, it's just about his vision.
he's very small. His vision is probably good.
Maybe.
Really good.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah, he got a 12.
What sign are you trying to read?
Oh, this one up here on the right.
At the angle you're at, it's just it's too oblique. It's difficult to read.
Okay, yeah, no good. I'm
Very
sorry.
poorly made signs in this building.
Yeah, good luck, everybody.
Well, it's not like
All
they're
right, that's
giant halogen signs. They're small placards next to the doors, so you know who's
It'd be
opposite.
way cooler if they
Can you
were.
pull out his telescope and like look at these?
Wait, do you actually have a telescope?
It's like a ticker tape.
Do you have a
Oh,
telescope?
I'm pretty
Do
sure
you
there's
if
a.
you have a looking glass, I will let that go.
Oh
I'll let
my
that happen.
God, weird backpack. Get out of here, unarmed strike. I don't care. Fast.
I feel like Dancing
No, I
would
forgot
absolutely.
to buy it.
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry. Everybody, I got your hopes up. Okay, that's the end of Dan's
Hey, Sony.
turn.
What are you doing
Yeah.
for these 6 seconds?
I don't know. What are we doing?
What are the two of you doing?
I think we're talking about gods.
All right, how's that going?
Half gods or?
We're talking about God.
Did we make it to where we're gonna get?
We have 6 seconds. We definitely didn't.
Well, no. Did we make it to the place where we're meeting up? Well, I guess we have an hour. Do you want to
No.
deface some statues, Sony?
I guess.
Rayla reaches.
Oh.
Okay. This is your turn.
When we get to the temple, can I leave?
You need to go right.
Alright.
Nothing. Stoney starts defacing statues.
Actually, they're not going to do anything sort of that far away. Alright, it's defacing statues. 6 seconds worth of defacement.
He
All
turns
right.
into a large animal and defecates on a statue.
Yes. Rayla loves this.
Well, Stoney's having a crap. Rupus, what are you up to?
Okay, so I have favorite enemy, which means I get an advantage on survival checks to track my favorite enemies, and among my favorite enemies are humans. Assuming Ronald Rump is a human, can I try to track him?
You can try. You don't know him. You would just be finding humans.
Can I? Okay.
hold on, let me
can
look
I
at the
try to
verbiage.
Send for smells of
Oh, I hate this.
Titles.
I got it already.
What is the ability? What's it called?
Yeah, it would just be survival checks. Favorite enemy.
Favorite enemy. That's what I thought. Why is
Yeah.
this
Oh, I
face-
can put it in beyond 20.
There we
Oh,
go.
God.
Sorry.
I wish you hadn't done that.
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
You know what? Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Survival check, I guess. So. Oh. Jeez. Okay.
You definitely smell the scent of cheese crackers and unwashed man flesh from
Oh.
this door, actually.
At the same,
Oh.
from the same place?
Hey guys.
Yeah, almost like
Alright.
Cheetos.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I smell some cheesy substance, possibly Cheetos.
You're not the Secret Service. It's telepathic.
Oh, hello. Okay, well I'm gonna relay them.
Honestly, I like that. Keep going. That's great.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Okay, some Cheetos and unwashed man flesh in that door.
You were going for the smells of coitus, and so it's coitus and cheddar
Yep.
cheese crackers in this direction.
Ew. I smell coitus and cheddar cheese crackers next to that door, Tashi. Could be Ronald Rump.
Yeah, let's go there.
You want me to get him?
Well, we should get him alive. I think. I should probably go in. I don't trust you or Fate trying to get him. So
Then I just won't be happy about it. Daisy will help.
well, okay? Just restrain him, but don't. Yeah, that should be our plan. Okay, and then for my action, because I still have an action. Was it my interaction?
Go with your interaction,
do-
yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just gonna use my longbow, I guess, on that one guy.
The one that's laying down?
That Fate and
That will
He's
be
prone.
disadvantaged then, since you're using a ranged weapon on a prone enemy.
Fate spreads his legs.
yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Jumps
I'll do
onto like
something.
the hallway with his legs up.
Fate, move your head. No.
16 does not hit.
Okay.
And that is with disadvantage, so roll it again just to see if you get a
So-
1.
Okay.
Just like that. With that nat 1.
No. Okay.
Which option is gonna happen?
Oh
Alright. Actually, I want you to go ahead and roll a D100. If it's in the top third, that means above 66, your bow breaks. If it is between 33 and 66, you shoot Fate for that much damage. And if it's between 1 and 33, it just ricochets off the wall.
my god. 1 in 53. Okay.
33. 1
Yeah.
and 33.
That makes sense.
1 and 33.
Oh.
It ricochets off the wall and
Hell yeah.
it doesn't hurt
Oh my
anybody.
god. Okay. Really?
Just an off shot.
This was the best of failing out of all of us.
All right, Rupus, what else you got for us?
That's it? Yeah, because I assume everyone heard that we know where Ronald Rat might be, so I guess they can decide if they want to come down.
All right.
Cough, cough, dancing in.
An individual steps out wearing a flowing white robe, trimmed in gold. Sorry, it's a flowing gold robe trimmed in white, standing here and looks both ways down the hall, raises her hands. Oh, that's not what I wanted. It's like that, by the way. Only the robes are gold, not white.
Oh.
Raises her hand in this direction,
Okay.
and I need
Who's that? Is that Pansy?
con saves from
Oh.
Tashi and from Fate. And I'll roll Fates for him real quick because he stepped away. Get Fates thing opened. Come on, D&D Beyond. Con save.
Ooh, nat
Oh
1.
no!
I got Fate.
Oh no. How? How do you? Oh no, I already rolled him.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, I appreciate it though. I'm like, I thought you were like trying to
Can
give
we
him like
go
some
with
sort of.
Adam's role? Because it was so nice that somebody else in the party did it for him.
That's a really good point. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that
It has to come
wholeheartedly.
from an unbiased place.
Yeah, unbiased place for sure. As she reaches out her hands, a cone of cold comes blasting out.
Yo.
Dealing 35
Yo.
damage, but each of you pass the save, so you only take half. So that's cool, at least. So that's what?
I
17?
see what you did there. That's cool.
Yeah. So 17 damage apiece. I'll
Got
update
it.
fate sheet.
Such a frigid bitch.
Yeah, I can roll for him. I can't change anything on his sheet.
That's all right. I've already applied the
You actually
damage.
rolled as Wagat when you did it.
Well,
He's back.
on D&D Beyond, yeah, we got rolled from Beyond the Grave.
Oh my god.
You can see on the bottom of the roll itself who it's rolling for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That brings us next to all these guys. Cool. So hearing the commotion, you hear some doors slam open to your north. And these guys 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right to there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right to there. She would have moved to there. And then in this hallway here, this door pops open. Out come these guys. Actually, one there. And the door next to Petra pops open, and she sees two gentlemen here. All right.
Key lime pie. Key lime pie. This is not an exercise. Key lime pie. Key lime pie.
This guy's gonna go ahead
It means
and
get out. Get the fuck out.
Oh,
That's
this
what it
guy's
Abort.
That's not what I was expecting to happen at all, but that's okay. This guy uses half his movement to stand up, and he's going to swing at Tashi. He pulls a great sword out and takes a swing at Tashi. Does a 22 hit?
Yes. Sorry, I had to make sure that it didn't.
That's
change when I'm
okay.
raging.
He schwacks you for 10 damage. He's going to also take a swing at Fate with a nat 20. So 20 for 25. And 25 will hit. So that is 6, 12, 18 damage. So he does this like spinning attack that hits you both. Takes 18. Oh, Fate's gonna be really upset when he comes back and sees his health is down to 60 something. Alright, so that's that guy. This one levels his crossbow at Tashi. Tashi does a 19 hit.
Yes.
Alright, 19, and that's going to be a D10. That's 9 damage. The one behind him also fires a crossbow at you. That one will miss. Moving up north. Petra. This one takes a swing at you. He steps right into the doorway, takes a swing at you with his broadsword. Does an 18 hit.
Yes, an 18 hits, but is there any time for Petra to hold up her hands and say, wait?
On your turn, there could be. He comes busting out the door and just swings at you.
That's a crazy thing for him to do. That's fucking nuts. That's insane. Also, is there a single fucking senator in this building?
There's a lot of them, but I've made it.
Because it feels like everyone that we've encountered is just a fucking hostile
Hey,
individual.
Danson, do you remember when you looked left down a hallway and I said there were a ton of voices that way?
Oh yeah. and I
Like a
remember
room-
when I
like a
told
room full of
everybody
maybe
that, hey, I think I
105
found out where
people?
the senators are. Yeah.
Okay. But you're right. He
I
wouldn't
gotcha.
probably swing at you because you're not actively engaged with anybody. He would probably say, "Hey, who are you? Put your hands up. What are you doing here?"
She does so. She's gonna answer on her turn.
Are you about to pull a railer? Is that what's happening right now?
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I did just, for the viewers at home, I did just say in the Zoom chat, Petra's gears are turning. I have a last-ditch unhinged plan to have our orange juice and eat our key lime pie too. And I can't divulge it right now. I'll do it on my turn.
All right, that brings us next to, because they're all moving elsewhere. They can't hear you. They can't hear you. Railer. Hey, in these 6 seconds, how are you defacing statues?
Rayla just feels overcome with love and reaches out to Stony's hand and whatever paw, bird, feather, wing is available, and asks, I feel really good. Do you feel good? Do you like me? Would you like to go out on a date sometime?
There's a sadness in Stoney's eyes. I'm gonna go assume he's an elf. No, I don't know if I can be an elephant. Yeah, he's a large animal, and the large animal's head just slowly goes up and down.
Weaponized courtesy. Another title.
Rayler's starting to pick up something's off with this. He knows overwhelming and enthusiastic consent when he sees it, and this has not been it.
This is neither overwhelming nor enthusiastic. All right, that would bring us next to Fate, who is not here, but he is the bottom of the round, and after his turn, we would wrap it up. So, since we are 12 minutes over, and I have a metric crap ton of homework to do, we're going to go ahead and leave it here. Well, look where we are now. Back in combat. We haven't done this in a while. Hope your dice hands are warmed up next week, because I feel like we're going to be throwing a lot of dice. Will our players be able to make some orange juice? Or will they have to scramble some eggs? You're going to have to tune in next week to find out, right here on Let's Play D&D. But before we go, we do want to say a big thank you to D&D Beyond and Roll20 for the virtual tabletops, the books, character sheets, etc., etc. To Sirenscape for the cool sound sets that we get to use, to Twitch and to YouTube for hosting our videos, to you, our viewers, because, hey, you stuck with us through where it's like the middle point of any long series of books where it gets a little bit slow. And now we're back at it. So thanks for toughing it out with us. And of course to you, my players, because the deep dive you have done into the lore and all the convoluted things that I've put out there, I am loving seeing what you guys have retained and the conclusions that you have made that may or may not be accurate. So this has been great. It's been real, it's been fun, and it has been real fun. And with that, we'd like to say goodnight and enjoy your long rest.